Hey guys, Shawn Ziem, the Connection Machine, aka the Insurance Doctor, bringing another connection conversation show where you're sitting in basically a bird's eye view of what we're doing on a connection call, but you're actually seeing what we're doing, and it's a powerful way of having a conversation, getting the golden nuggets. And this is what I want you guys, those who are watching, the least you could do is drop a one if you're on live. If you're on the replay, drop a two. That's the least you can do. If you want to drop a comment where you're watching from, hey, that's fantastic. If you want to, and you support us, please hit that share button. Don't forget, hit subscribe, hit that like button, and let's help more people out in this world. So let me bring on my next guest. We have Cynthia Lubin. What's up, Cynthia? How are you?
Hey everyone. Hey Shawn. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I appreciate you, taking some time out of your busy day. Everyone's like, I don't have time. Everyone has time to collaborate, because the more that we all collaborate, we're working together. There's enough business for everybody, but people are afraid to give their secrets out, and that's the funny thing to me. But I want to make a comment about that. But before we even get into it, I always ask, who are you, Cynthia, and what do you do?
Well, before I do that, thank you again for inviting me. I am kind of nervous. I'm not even gonna lie, but like you said, it's a conversation, and it's all about connections. And I appreciate you having me here. So thank you.
Definitely.
And to answer your question, as far as who I am, my name is Cynthia Lubin. I am a broker associate, which is a fancy way of saying a realtor. I say I'm licensed in New York and New Jersey, but New Jersey is my primary market. I am a Jersey girl at heart, born and raised here. And I love real estate. I've been in real estate for about 20 years in some capacity. I started off my career right after graduating Rutgers in like 2004. I went to a job fair, met a company. They asked me, did I want to sell mortgages? Didn't know what that was, had no clue. They like, don't even worry about it. And that's where I found my passion. I loved it. I loved it enough until the market crashed in 2008. That's when I
Yeah.
was like, I'm not really sure. But, I knew I wanted to stay in the space. So, I did some banking. In the meantime, I went back to school. At that time, there was a need for auditors. So I went back to school really for an accounting degree. I wanted to start my own business, but got, I got into the world of auditing. That was the direction that they pushed us in. And I did that for a few years. I knew I wanted to be connected to real estate. So I worked for a very big real estate investment trust, analyzing, doing audits on their books. And, did that. Fast forward, here I am. I realized like I didn't want to do corporate anymore, but I learned a lot in my accounting experience, and even prior experiences. I try to take everything that I have learned, that I have done, that I have experienced, and try to use that to educate my clients as a realtor to help them win. I always say win with real estate. Real estate is proven to be like one of the best ways, if not the best way, to create generational wealth. And I firmly believe that. So, like I said, I just try to take everything that I've done and, try to educate my clients so they can win with real estate, whether it's as a first time buyer, buying a home, if you're buying an investment property, whatever you're doing, I want you to make smart decisions and win and make a lot of money.
Man, I appreciate what you just said, and I appreciate hearing that you have been basically reflecting on any job you've had and growing from it, using the skills that you've had as in the mortgage business, an auditor, getting into real estate. What were some of the skills you learned that are in the mortgage and or the auditor type of field that are helping you today?
Oh, wow. That's a lot. I feel like one of the skills that I really try to use for my clients is like being process oriented.
Yes. Yes.
Being organized, like don't just jump into things, haphazardly. Like what, why are you making a decision? When I meet with my buyers and sellers, I just got off a phone call with a seller, potential seller right before here. And I'm like, why do you want to sell?
Mhm.
We have to know our why. So, as an auditor, we always come in the beginning of an audit and we understand, what happened in this year. Why are we here? What were like the big events and where are we trying to go? Where is the company trying to go that we're auditing? So I definitely try to apply that skill set, with my clients. So again, they can make informed decisions and make sure like this investment or sale that they're about to make is wise for where they are and where they want to go. So that is something that I'm even learning for myself. Just having a clear idea of where you're going and being focused and process oriented to get to that goal.
And it's what I'm hearing too is you're building relationships, you're going deeper, you're finding out what the client's whys are, what they want to get out of this transaction. And again, I want to remind people, if you want to get in contact with Cynthia, all her information is in the description. A lot of people want to watch videos, they don't go and do, they just like kind of surf through it. Actually take some time and go to the description and look at her bio, look at her phone number, email, contact information, reach out to her. I want to remind people.
Reach out to me.
You know why? Because we connected from, you did a collaboration with Anthony Rosa
Mm-hmm.
where you're providing value. You understand providing value first. That's why I hear from you as well. You have to, and the education piece is real. That is missing a lot of times. People are going
Mm-hmm.
into transactions or sales or opportunities, and they're saying they have that commission breath. But if you go
Mm-hmm.
into it on how you're going to help people, give them value, have other connections you can put them in place of, maybe an insurance person, a credit
Mm-hmm.
repair
For
person like
sure.
Anthony Rosa, a mortgage person you might have in your back pocket. Those are people that you hold dearly because it's gold. It's a
No, you're
connection that you can build relationships off of. And that's the value is key. And that's why I like to share with people what we're doing right now is everyone should do it. People are afraid to do it. How is Cynthia Lubin marketing herself, not the company, not real estate in general, like you? How do you market Cynthia?
again, education, professionalism. I feel like a lot of people, but I would say a lot of people that look like me, culturally black and brown people don't know a lot about home ownership. Not saying it's just us, but I was blown away when I became a loan officer, like all the things that you could do with home ownership.
Yes.
And I was like, these conversations are not being had, in my group. So, how I market myself is like I did the work, I learned, I am also a licensed certified professional, CPA, excuse me. I'm like, I even forget what it stands for sometimes, but certified public accountant. And what that means is like, there's a high level of education that is
Yes.
needed to get that license, for when we do audits, for us to sign off on an audit, that means like, you could pretty much rely that, whatever you're reading, you can make smart choices off of that. So I take pride in that. When you say, how do I market myself? I market myself a lot using that because there are not a lot of people, that you can trust. I worked in mortgages
Yeah.
in 2008, 2004 to 2008. That was my first exposure to home ownership. But even so, I was like, some of these mortgage products, they don't sound right, and
228s and 327s back in the
the
day. Yeah.
arms, the no docs, I'm like, and people can't pay it. So, we learned from that hard. We, went into a deep recession and, now we're finally out of it, but let's not go back.
Yeah.
So, and I get nervous, I get scared, when I see like certain products come back up or being talked about. So I like to pride myself on being the people's realtor. Like, if you want to buy a house, you're nervous about it, you want somebody, that you can trust, that's professional, that is going to give you, you know, top notch service, and, make sure that you are making smart decisions, not just, whimsical decisions off of, whatever is happening, whatever trends are happening. That's who I market myself to be, like the people's realtor. So
No, I love
I'm
that.
very
That's
big on the education, the professionalism, like giving people, the quality experience that they deserve when they're buying a house or making a major financial decision.
You got to know what they're buying, what they're paying for, what their money's going towards. You got to
You
know,
do.
guys. You can't just
You do.
wing it like we're talking right now. Now, Cynthia, what is your favorite social media platform to get content out?
I use Instagram the most right now. I think it's the easiest way. I haven't gotten into TikTok. Do you do TikTok? I know, well,
I
you
use
do TikTok.
TikTok. No
Yeah.
dancing. I don't dance, but I found using um just doing short videos,
Mhm.
educational videos on
Mhm.
anything, and not even just buying and selling real estate, anything. You can bring in your CPA stuff,
Mhm.
talking about taxes, you could talk about mortgages, you could talk about just sales, motivation, you could talk
Yeah.
about mindset. Use Chat GPT. Type
Mhm.
in I need a 60-second reel or a 60-second video for TikTok with captions, with a call to action about motivation. Boom.
Mhm.
It will get you and spit something out. You can actually I always read it over, might even keep a couple of highlights and then do a video on it.
Mhm.
Put it
No,
on
you
TikTok.
do great at this. How long have you been doing this again?
Since 2018, I've been doing video.
Wow. No, you've been
Thousands of
doing.
videos, thousands of lives. I have my connection conversation show. I have a network marketing insider. It's that space as well. So I have
Mhm.
the insurance, I have the like the business side, and then network marketing, the side hustle, the hot side hustles and stuff.
Mhm.
That's what I like. And
Mhm.
then I do it because of my kids. And one of my, you're gonna come over here?
I
Come here.
hear him in the background.
Come
Who
here.
is this?
This is Alexander. You want to say hi?
Hey, Alexander.
Say hi, Cynthia.
He's adorable. How old is
Oh,
he?
he is too, always making a cameo. I heard him coming down the
Oh,
stairs,
I
right?
heard him too.
He was coming down. I'm like, oh, he's coming. So
Yeah,
yeah,
he's like, "Oh, wait, my moment to shine."
like, I gotta get on again,
Yeah,
right?
they're on without me. Let me go.
And this brings up a point. A lot of people say, "Oh, what happens if my kids come into a video? Or what happens if the dogs are barking? What happens if this loud noise is out here?" We're human beings.
Mhm.
Things happen. I want people to know I have kids, that I have a
Mhm.
loving family. You have
Mhm.
to give a little of the. A lot of people are very, very private. They're like
Mhm.
an agent. You look. I love looking for agents, and they're like a secret agent. There's no
They always
information.
say you can't be a secret agent.
No,
It's
you can't. But people are like gonna think they're gonna get business from it, and I'm like, wow. But TikTok is big.
Mhm.
I found just education. Like you like education, do it. But it's just getting your phone, right? Thinking about a couple content topics and just rocking out. You see the
Mhm.
timer on there. Always have an intro,
Mhm.
talk about the content, then have a call to action.
Mhm.
Oh, hit me up or drop a comment or hit a like button or whatever, just to get people to engage.
Yeah, no, you're great at this. Like, now you're probably like, you don't even have any like nerves or anything. It's just natural for you, right?
You do so many of them. It's practice. It's just
Mhm.
I tell people, like, if you're doing your listing presentations, you're
Mhm.
to the point you've done it many times. It's like that. Now it's
Mhm.
all trying to make it. It's now you're becoming an actress. When you show up, you know your stuff. Now you're
Yeah.
gonna make it even better because you're gonna get more emotional. The passion comes through. That's what's gonna sell that
Mhm.
seller literally onto why they should be working with you, because they
Mhm.
connected emotionally with you. So
Mhm. No, for sure. I
the more
realized like
practice, the
my
better.
best sales are when I am like being more authentic and not trying,
Yes.
like sometimes like I get into my corporate accounting mode and I'm like, and I'm like, no, you have to have a connection with them. Like, be a person.
Yeah, you got to really find and go deeper, find out. I would, find their whys out, but also in my case, I'm always looking for pain points because it's not just
Mhm.
insurance I'm working.
Mhm.
It's That's why I go by the connection machine, aka the insurance doctor.
Mhm.
Anyone can do insurance, in my opinion.
Mhm.
Anyone can do mortgages, anyone can do real estate. But if you can help people get to a different level
Mhm.
by going into a call like we're having, we're not selling each other. But if you could help somebody, if I can connect you with someone else, like Anthony Rosa, we got connected through.
Yeah.
That's how it works. That's the
Mhm.
power. So
Mhm.
off a call, you might be going in for a sales call. It might not have done anything.
Mhm.
I always tell realtors, I'm like, if it's going nowhere, just say, hey, when's the last time you had an auto insurance second opinion? They're like,
Okay.
oh, I haven't. That's a lead for your insurance professional that's on your team.
You tell
Uh,
realtors to do this?
all the time.
That's so funny. That's like throwing them off, right?
And it's throwing them off because now what the secret is, guys, and those that are watching, this is how it works. When a person like me, an insurance person, calling for auto insurance, which I hate doing, because people leave me all the time for auto. Oh, it went up for a few dollars, right? I don't care about the auto. I want to get to the home and the small business if they're an entrepreneur. But I asked them, "Are you a homeowner or are you a renter?"
Mhm.
Hey, it was an auto insurance call, right? No. Are you a homeowner or a renter? I can help a realtor out with, or a
Mhm.
mortgage person out. Refi on if they're a
Yeah.
homeowner, or are they thinking about buying an investment property? And if they're a renter, let's educate. Let's get them
Mhm.
into owning a property. That's where the secret is with using the auto insurance as the last resort of your call. If it didn't go anywhere, hey, get a second opinion with auto insurance yet?
Mhm.
No, can I link you up with Shawn or link you up with my insurance person? Sure, boom. And that's how they circle back.
Mhm.
It's you. Because
I
if
like
you
that.
this is how I work. If Cynthia does that for her clientele, I market somewhere Cynthia Lubin on
Mhm.
every file. So every time that happens, I'm talking to them. When's the last time you talked to Cynthia? That's where the lead comes back to you.
Mhm.
Uh, is there any final thoughts? Let's end on this. You were nervous when you started. How do you
Mhm.
feel about doing this? Can you see yourself doing this in the near future?
Yes, that is actually my goal. I think I've had enough of being a secret agent. I am a private person. I won't lie about that, but I do want to help as many people as possible. And I know that for me to do that and spread the word and the message that I have about home ownership, I can't hide. So I have to put myself out there and do more of these events. That's why I was open to doing it today. And I do it. I just, realize like I have to do it more. Like that is like the secret sauce. To a business is putting yourself out there. So I am open to it, and that is my goal. Like I said, for this year, to do more speaking engagements, do more presentations, and helping more people.
Love it. Hey, that's the start right now. Guys, I
Mhm.
want to remind you, go to the description, give Cynthia a call, have a connection call. It could be on real estate, it could be on life, it could be on finding out about maybe getting into real estate or being a CPA, things like that. Have a call
Mhm.
with her. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget, share this video with someone that you love. Cynthia, we appreciate you.
Thank you
I
for having
appreciate
me.
you coming today. And
Thank you.
everyone else, we hope you have an amazing rest of your day.
Have a great day, guys.